Hello.
Hello. Hello. How's everybody?
I can hear myself. Did you do it? You fix it?
Hold on to me. There we go.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
No echo. No echo.
Whew.
Almost. Like it was like so close.
Could've
I
been the
felt like we
one.
had it.
Could have been the one.
So
Next time. You know what? There
Next-
won't be a next time. Well, there will be, but just
whoa,
not.
whoa, whoa. So, I'm sorry. It was one mistake. That was.
Oh, I'm done.
It won't be it next time.
I would walk out of here if I was wearing
Hello, everybody.
regular
How is
pants.
everybody doing?
Hello. We've got Galen. We've got Dano. Prop Right's in here. Prop Right sent us the coolest care packages downstairs, of course. I don't have it here. Danny's here. I told him I would take pictures of it tomorrow, but he sent us those the Magic Band covers.
Yeah.
So they look like more in universe. I'm excited. He sent me the Star Cruiser one.
Painting on mine. So
What color are you gonna do it? So you got like a cool droid one.
yeah,
Like a Droid Depot looking one.
I'm not sure yet.
Jay's here.
So I don't know. I got to figure something out.
You got options.
Yeah.
Mine came
Well,
done.
Yeah,
Which
right
is
now I
Dirk's.
think the main thing I have to like worry about is my mosh outfit.
That's why I accidentally said there won't be a next time, because 2 weeks from now is Mosh Isley.
Oh, so it'll be like a live like
Do you want to go live?
on the strip. I mean, we could go like a little live.
Just a little live. It's going to... Whose outfit are you wanting to see? Wait, which outfit are you wanting to see? You don't want to see what I'm wearing right now.
So
Oh,
as you
We're
see,
wearing a complete outfit.
I was like, yeah, I am.
You got the top, I've got the bottom.
Yes.
Live from Mosh. I've got those shorts on right now. They're my comfy shorts. They're so comfy.
Yeah. I think that's like the only thing that's bad about like having like all these comfortable shirts and shorts is I feel like we've been living like now my outfits consist of
Roosevelt shirt.
Roosevelt shorts and Spirit jerseys.
It's not a bad thing. You say it like it's a bad thing. Like it's fantastic. But you should do like a layered look. Like pop the collar of a Roosevelt shirt over a Spirit jersey.
I have to think about that.
It's like
I don't know.
it's like a business casual. I've got my Mosh shirt on under here.
So,
But it was chilly. It was chilly in the studio tonight. I
think it's because
tea
like
with me.
I haven't changed the temperature. It's just getting a little bit cooler. So
It's in the 80s now.
yeah, and that's like
it's
a
nice.
little bit cooler.
It's been so nice. But yeah, we've got Mosh Isley in just 2 short weeks.
Yeah.
And I teased a little bit about my costume today on social media, and it's just like a red wig, and then I shared that there's a red dress involved. I didn't make any progress on it today. I was off all day. I did not make any progress.
Sheesh.
I went and hung out with my sister instead. And I said I had 2 weeks. I only have a week.
Oh, because you got work.
I have to go out of town for work, like the whole week before Mosh.
Yeah.
So TikTok, baby.
Less time on TikTok.
There's gonna be a lot of tears this weekend. Let me just a lot of tears and a lot of like, Steven, can you help
gosh,
me? You know
man.
what's coming.
I got to finish mine first, so I'm not finishing anything until I finish mine.
And that's that. Boy, of that, are you gonna dress up for Halloween? Because I'm also working on a Halloween costume.
I don't know. I might have to like grab just like a pre-built for that.
Okay, I have a suggestion.
What's that?
I'll say what I'm planning to be for Halloween, because that's like low stakes. Like it's literally just you and the kids are gonna see it. Like
Yeah.
nobody else is gonna see it. But I had made a joke on what's it called? On Instagram. Like, oh, it's my celebrity doppelganger, and it's Janice from the Muppets.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna do Janice. So I bought like a big old skein of yellow yarn and a bucket hat. And so last night I was like, you were taking a floor nap. I'm pretty sure you were on the floor taking a nap. But I cut out some of it. I still need to do a good amount more and then start gluing it into the hat. But you could be Dr. Teeth.
Yeah.
Right?
I'd have to, yeah. I mean, I just gotta get some yarn or something.
Like a top hat.
Little gold tooth.
Yeah. Easy. Live from Mosh. We should could do a live from Mosh. You'll have to handle that one though.
Yeah, do it like right before.
Because I'm probably going to be running
starts.
around
Yeah.
yelling at everybody
Oh.
in my ridiculous costume. Nobody's going to take me seriously.
Yeah, we'll see.
It is what it is. And our Mosh shirt should be coming in soon.
Oh, the new ones?
Yeah. I got a shipping notification for it. So
Cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah, catching up. It's been 2 weeks, right?
In 2 weeks.
I think one of the first things we did a couple weekends ago was reorganized our closet. I kind of cleaned up.
Reorganized.
It was kind of like a refresh, right? We just got rid of clothes.
It was a straight up purge. Like I don't think we've ever gotten rid of clothes in the way that we did a couple weeks ago.
Well, because we were making room.
We were making room. And this is what I always live by, this philosophy of like, don't go buy more hangers. Just get rid of the clothes you don't wear anymore. Like that philosophy was for the kids. Because it's like, they probably have grown out of half of this stuff anyway. So just like get rid of the stuff they don't wear anymore rather than buying new hangers. Well, I didn't take that philosophy for us. And so I bought us a whole bunch of new hangers because we got a bunch of Roosevelt shirts and we didn't have hangers. And our closet was just like.
Yeah, it was just like a lot of just old clothes because I don't know about you guys, but I tend to have like a stack of shirts or some, certain shirts that hang up like that those are what I go to. I just rotate through. Very, very occasionally I'll grab a different one out of that rotation, but it's typically the same ones.
Right.
So there's these other shirts that I hadn't worn in probably years. So I was like, you know what? I just need to get rid of it. Get rid of them. I got new wardrobe because like a lot of the Spirit jerseys, we were kind of just like having them hanging like off a chair, just a pile of them.
We have like a stool in there, and it was just like a pile of Spirit jerseys.
So I was like, we need to hang those up and hang up the and stuff. So kind of make room for new stuff.
Yeah, it was good.
So
many clothes that we donated.
It was a lot.
It was a lot, but it felt good.
Yeah,
it felt good. We were able to like give back. We donated the clothes, and then now we have more. We have room.
Yeah,
like it looks nice in there.
And now it does. It's crazy. Just kind of cleaning it out, or getting rid of stuff, makes it feel so much more like clean and
yeah. It was like cathartic
roomy
too, because like part of it was we got rid of work clothes that we don't wear anymore.
Yeah.
Whether like we're not in those roles anymore, we've just kind of like maybe outgrown them or maybe like outgrown that style. And so it was just like an interesting, I kept telling you, I'm like, this just feels like therapy and this is so cathartic. And I'd be like, I'm not you anymore, but thank you for being with me on my journey. And then I would put it in the bag and you're just like.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm getting rid of it.
That was great. It feels good. It feels so much cleaner in there. Just like we're slowly making our way through the house, just like purging. And we've lived here a while now.
Yeah.
We've collected a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. I think that's definitely like whenever you move somewhere, it's just like stuff accumulates.
Stuff. Has anyone correctly guessed my costume? No. Nobody. Not even close. I've gotten some funny ones that are like not like a young Holdo.
I don't think anyone's really gonna guess it until you like say it.
Yeah,
so,
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I will say this: it's a group costume.
Yeah,
I don't know if that helps.
Maybe. But what else have we like? Andor. We've been keeping up with Andor.
We have been keeping up with Andor. Spotted those Scoundrel Starline glasses.
I know.
But I think weren't those the same ones that were in
No, Danny.
Solo?
Oh, yes and no.
It's tangentially. I love a good crossover. So it does have Star Wars vibes. It's a consumable within the Star Wars universe crossover, just like Betty Bantha was.
Yeah.
That's the same. It's pretty much like I have a type when it comes to costumes. I love a good pun. Man, some of the ones though, like Mon Mothma, I was like, dang it, that's so good.
Yeah.
I don't know that anybody would get Mon Mothma though, because you can't like regally walk around like she does. And then also,
I mean, some of her like, yeah, it's like some of her recent outfits have been like really cool.
Yeah. Roxy Ronto. I do love a Ronto rap.
But man, the recent, so it was like perfectly timed, I think, our last discussion, because they like raised the prices of.
Oh, on our last episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like perfectly timed. I was like,
I think it came out that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same day that our episode dropped. It was like we knew.
yeah.
We didn't. We have no inside information. Yeah. I mean, we like hinted at it. It wasn't a huge part of this episode or this week's episode, but talking about how Chapek came out and said, we'll stop raising prices when people stop coming. And sure enough, raised a lot of prices.
So this is one of the things that I was talking about afterwards when we talked. We were kind of discussing the price hike of the Lightning Lane. Mm-hmm. Like, how double-edged is it to raise the price of Lightning Lane? Because this is just go with me here.
Okay.
There's no Lightning Lane. There's no fast lane or whatever. They add Lightning Lane for whatever, a set price. Mm-hmm. And people are, that line is almost just as packed as the standby line.
Yep.
So they say, hey, let's raise it.
Yep.
Are they going to lower the capacity of that, or are they going to keep it the same, just at that higher price?
Well, I think the price hikes are telling. I think Rise of the Resistance was $25 today. It was either $20 or $25 today, and the standby line was 7 hours.
So
which means people weren't buying Lightning Lane.
They weren't
That's
buying
what
it.
I would assume, is that
So
people were like, nope, that's my line. That I can't do that.
I think that's what we need to look at, is like what the Lightning Lane lines look like, because imagine
Lightning Lane lines are impossible to like get data on unless you're standing there
and looking.
And even then, all you can see is like what's outside the ride queue, unless you're going to like ride all these rides.
Because the thing I'm thinking is like, what if they're still packing, like people are still getting Lightning Lane and it's still full.
That's still hot.
It's still full.
Yeah.
At that higher price. Or if it goes down a little bit, so then people think, oh, well, Lightning Lane's the way to do it. So you end up paying at the higher price. So then they jack it up some more.
Oh, like saying it used to be $15 and then they jacked it up to say $25.
So people start getting out of line, but then they see it's a 7-hour line. So
it's like, well,
let me pay the $25.
Yeah.
So they start paying the $25 and it gets full again.
Which is fine if
So
it's
then
a
they
single
raise it.
person going.
But then they raise it again. And so everybody gets back out of the line, standby line. And then it just keeps happening. So
I saw a TikTok about,
because like when there's nobody in that fast pass line, it would be appealing. You're kind of like,
oh heck yeah.
there's a 7-hour line or a 15-minute wait.
Or I can get on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw a TikTok like on talking about these price hikes that was like 5 years ago, all of these things were free. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
And it was the transportation to and from the airport, Magical Express. It was for resort guests. But I thought I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I did. Oh, that's why. It's because it's my mom, and my mom gets to bypass all of my Do Not Disturbs. But I forget all of them. I think there was 4 things or 5 things, and one of them was like parking. I think parking you have to pay for at the resort, but you get free parking at the park now. There were 2 others that fast passes. Fast passes were free 5 years ago. Now you pay for this individual Lightning Lane or for Genie Plus. And then I forget what the last one was. It was a weird one, but that was all I had to say about that.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, it Interesting. And so what they did is they took like, here's a family of 4. Here's how much each of those things would cost that family of 4 today that were free 5 years ago. And it was over $700.
Jeez.
On top of paying for the park tickets, for the resort, for the plane tickets. An extra $700. And they were assuming like a 2 or 3 day. I think it was like a 3-day trip, maybe a 4-day trip. $700.
That's kind of
like when you put it in that perspective. Part of it's like, okay, I understand inflation.
No,
you know,
well,
things
I
are
think
going up. But
I think one of the other things was, if I recall, the whole thing with the Fast Pass, it was to get their resorts more established. It was like an
incentivizing.
Yeah, that, and the same thing with Magic Band. Like, that is them getting everybody on board with the Magic Band.
That's what it was. Magic Bands were the last one. Magic Bands used to be free.
Yeah.
For resort guests.
So I think on that, it's like, first they got to get you to like it, right? They got to give you that free. The first one's free. And then now that you can't live without it, now you got to pay for it. The Fast Pass, again, it was like an incentive to stay on resort.
Yeah.
So, there's that. As far as
But even on Fast Pass, remember, resort guests used to be able to book theirs a whole month before. It was like 90 days. I think you could do.
Well, I mean, yeah, and that's the thing is
60.
like, so I think that's why they changed the program completely, because they didn't want to keep it vaguely the same, because then it would be too compared. Whereas like it's completely different now.
Yeah.
Like, it's day of, and it's...
Which honestly, from like a travel agent perspective, I'm so glad that we don't have Fast Passes, because I have never been a travel agent while Fast Passes were a thing. I've only been doing this for about a year. But oh my God. Like, to try to do... dining used to be different too, right? It used to be 120 days out was dining, or 180 days. It was 180 days. And then your Fast Passes were at like 60 days. But that's a lot. And to figure out where you're going to be on what day and book those Fast Passes, like...
Yeah. No, I think the one of the things that I hope is they kind of just streamline a lot of that stuff, because like the whole park reservation, which again, we don't think that's ever going to go away, that needs to be more streamlined with the ticket process.
Yeah.
Because kind of like, you shouldn't be able to get a ticket without a park pass.
Well, you can buy a ticket, and the way that they get around that is like, as you're buying the ticket now, they just made an update to this about a month ago, or maybe 2 months ago. But when you buy a ticket, it will say you're in the green. All of the parks are available for that day. Because I'm booking stuff like months in advance, but they make sure that there's at least availability, because before they would just let you, it was like a pregnant, not pregnant. It was like, there's availability at some of the parks, so they would let you buy it, but you had to go independently look to see what was available. And now they show you a calendar. So they wouldn't sell you a ticket on a day that was sold out at all the parks, but
if there was anything available.
Well, like our friend Brooke is at the parks right now, and she didn't book park passes. They were on a cruise, and then they went to do some park days afterwards, and she posted about it in her story. She's like, don't be like me. Don't assume there will be park passes. Just like we Animal Kingdom came up when we snagged it, but otherwise we would have been like stuck.
Yeah. Now, can you go after one?
After two? I mean, yeah. As long as you go scan into that first park, you can still go wherever you want.
No, but I mean, what if you don't get a park reservation?
You still have to. It doesn't matter when you start your day. You have to you have to have a reservation to enter the first park of the day, no matter when it is.
So you have to go to the first park.
Yeah.
You can't even go straight to the second park.
Yeah. So say we land and we try to we have Epcot, but we really want to go to Hollywood Studios, but it was sold out. We would have to go scan into Epcot. And say we get to the parks at 3, we have to go scan into Epcot, and then we can turn around and go to Hollywood Studios. Meh. Danny says, were they ever really free? It was just folded into the price and fees. I don't know that I would agree with that, because the hotels are more expensive too.
Yeah.
And tickets are more expensive. Disneyland tickets went up. Disney World tickets haven't gone up yet, but they will.
Mm-hmm.
Parking went up at Disneyland. All the food across Disney World went up.
Yeah, I think it's just like overall it went up.
Everything went up. So it's getting more expensive to go visit the parks.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot. Can Genie Plus be purchased in advance? Is it only available day of? It depends on what park you're going to. So if you go to Disney World, you can only buy it the day of. If you're doing it Disneyland, you can still buy them in advance. It is so frustrating to me. And like most people don't go to both parks with enough regularity, but like because I book both of the parks, it's just like, wait, what's the cancellation policy for this one? And I can add Genie Plus, and then I can do this at this time. They're so inconsistent. It's so frustrating. But yes, Disneyland, you can add it in advance. They've upped the price from $20 per person to $25 per person. But if you do it day of, the price varies. So I don't know how they do that. Or maybe they're going to get rid of the in advance soon. It's strange, right?
Yeah.
And then Disney World, you have to buy it day of. Price varies based on date.
Yeah. That's just it's a lot. Yeah, that's just like a big sigh of just kind of like it's just such a toll, like such a toll.
And I feel bad too because like
because I think the trips prior, it was kind of like one. It was like, it felt like one baked in price. Like if it was like whatever the price was, it was kind of more baked in.
You're just like, just don't show me the details.
Yeah. And now you do have to get all the individuals, so it just feels like it keeps hitting. Even like the drinks. I know that was like one of the big bummers for me. Like the new, or not the cups.
Oh, the refillable resort mugs.
Yeah, like that was one of the things I like to just. I saw it as a value because we'd come back from the parks and I could just go grab a drink and refill and a
soft drink.
A soft drink, yeah.
You're not just like slamming back this refill. I mean, you could. You're on vacation. But yeah, I think that one went up like $2. I think it was $19.99 and now it's $21.99.
Yeah.
So not like crazy, but it's more. But yeah, things just creeping up.
Yeah.
Like the droids. The droids went up $20. 20% price hike.
Yeah.
And then
and I think that's like one of the things like Dano's thinking that it's going to they're going to start announcing the
new scrap.
Yeah, the new scrap.
Yeah, because I think the new prices go into effect on the 18th.
So
it's a Monday.
They might not. They might be waiting for the new scrap announcement till after. So it's kind of like you don't think, I could have got it when it was cheaper.
Oh, but now, yeah, that's true. They might wait a little while. I'm thinking maybe now, since they've waited this long since they had announced it, because they announced it at Celebration back in May. I'm thinking now they just wait till Life Day.
I mean, it's like pretty soon as well.
It's like a month away. So why not? Danny, looks like I'm getting up early each day. So you can, here's the thing with Genie Plus at Disney World. You can buy it starting at midnight.
And hello, Vivici.
Hello, and hello, New Hope. You can buy it starting at midnight. Like, so technically, as soon as the clock turns to that day, you can buy Genie Plus. But then you're up at 7 a.m. to book your first Genie Plus. And you have to know, depending on which park you're going to and what ride you want, you have to be on at like exactly 7 a.m. to get the thing that you want because they go fast. Slinky Dog. We tried to get Slinky Dog. No dice.
Yeah, that's... Again, it just seems like the system doesn't work as efficiently as the Fast Pass system did. Like that's my biggest gripe with it.
It's just a lot of being on your phone more and more.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just kind of resort wide is that we just spend a lot more time on our phones and therefore less time like just being in the moment.
Yeah.
Which is kind of because you got a mobile order, you've got to book your Genie Plus lightning lanes. They've got the AR filters, you've got the bounty hunt. You don't really need your phone for the bounty hunt, though.
No,
I do like the way they've done that.
Yeah, I like that. I like the way it's not completely needed, but if you're trying to check up on stuff, so and then like you said, the mobile order is like a big one.
Like, I'm surprised the price of fuel rods hasn't gone up. And I know fuel rods aren't like...
That's not Disney.
Not Disney. But if I were the fuel rods...
Don't say
LLC.
anything.
But for real though, right?
Yeah. Well,
Just
but I
saying.
think the thing is like they at this point they don't have to raise it because it's you're constantly consuming, so.
That's true. Man, okay. I do have a gripe with fuel rods. They don't charge your phone like all the way. They're good for like, they'll charge your phone up like maybe halfway, maybe a
Because
full charge.
they're smaller little.
Small. But you can exchange them for a full one at the park. So you don't have to charge them like ever.
Oh,
it's
like,
pretty nice.
like the during the evening and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it was nice to just like, when I was running around Disneyland.
But you have to remember to do that. Like
And
if
you have to
don't
know where they are.
Yeah. It's like if you don't remember, then you're like halfway, you're at 2% and you're like, crap, I got to get a.
That's how Dana was. And it was like the end of the party. And I was like, there's one in Cars Land. And we were like on our way to Cars Land. And I don't know. We got distracted. We like stopped and took a picture or something. And then floop, everything closed down. And he was like, oh. I was like, oops. I was like, oh, mine are dead. Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, it's always went up price on Wednesday. It's.
Maybe. I thought it was the 18th.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know for sure. All I know is like if you look on the website, then it's the new prices on there. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I do hope that there is new scrap soon, though. Would you build a new one, or does it depend on what that looks like?
I think what they look like.
We only have 2,
Yeah.
so they're cool.
And I think that again, it was more of the experience is what I was going for. I liked the concept of it, but I didn't want to take up that experience every time. It would have been nice to have been able to buy the scrap separate.
All right, but the availability of scrap is so hit
Yeah,
and miss.
it was. Yeah.
When the price increases came out the news, I went back and like looked because I was like, I've only been in Savi's once with you when you built yours, and I got to see the pictures of you like building yours, and this is before you're a content creator, so the pictures are like garbage. And it was you with your, what are they called, the person that like guides you through it, like not giving any of it away, but like the main person that's in there with you, but you were like, hey, I want my picture with her. I was like, yeah. So it was cute to kind of walk through and see.
Yeah, 18th.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just, things are getting more expensive.
The
Gatherers, that's what it was. I was like, I knew it was I was going to say foragers. Kind of.
Yeah.
But it makes it hard because the prices are going up across the board for everything. Prices are going up, but at Disney gets a lot of flack for price increases because it's a theme park. It's made for like families and kids, and if it's getting more expensive to go experience it, then it's just like it's easy to like roast Disney.
They're bigger target. So,
but even then, interesting. People can be grandfathered in if they complain too much.
Well, I think that's the interesting thing is like, what if you set this reservation back before?
Yeah, that's what stinks.
So I think that's the weird one is like, if you had the reservation before that price, then like, this is what you were expecting. Like it shouldn't change, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, like when the CSL portrait experience went up. Oh my God. I've always hit that thing. When that went up, they honored it.
Of when they first booked it.
60 days out.
Yeah.
They should have done that with this too. I really think they should have.
Yeah. Like up to 60 days. Like for those people, everybody like.
And that way,
the
if you happen to snag a reservation, like, okay, you get it in that lower price, but know that what would 2 months from now be? December, whatever, mid-December, the price is going up. That to me makes sense. Because even with dining, all these people that had dining reservations too, like they're paying more for their food now. I wonder how that works for like Cinderella's Royal Table, where you have to pay in full in advance, or like Hoop-Dee-Doo Review.
Well, I think if you've already paid, then...
Yeah, you've already paid for it.
So then they won't, I don't think, tack on more.
But if the person like next to you, so for example, I was able to get Cinderella's royal table for somebody like randomly today. It's a week into their 60-day mark. So a week ago when their 60-day mark opened up, it may have been cheaper.
Yeah.
Than when I was able to get it
probably
today.
why you were able to get one, because they said, nah, it's okay. And they backed out.
No, we'll open out. Yeah, maybe. It could be.
So.
Because, let me see. Do you think they'll do that with the May trip? Raise the price?
Probably. Oh.
On Star Cruiser? No, Star Cruiser... Well, I mean, they don't release the prices, so...
Yeah, I don't think they'll change the price of the
voyage?
The voyage.
Why not? Because they'll raise hotel prices at any time.
But, I mean, as far as like
Like cruises, too.
But Star Cruiser... I mean, yes, they can.
They don't publish those prices. But
they can, but I think the thing is like, it's... Once you get locked into a price... They're not going to raise the price. Like it may if you get closer.
Oh, yeah. No, like we booked ours. It's not going to be more expensive. They're not going to say like, hey, it's now $1,000 more.
Yeah. No, I think it's just like as you get closer to
people.
Yeah. As you get closer, it's going to go up.
Possibly.
Just like any hotel.
Yeah.
Could.
Possibly. Because like with cruises, the new itineraries for, to go to Australia, the new New Zealand and Australia cruises, they opened up officially for the public yesterday, but there were some like pre-sale windows for people that have cruised a lot before and like Golden Oaks and those types of affinity groups. And it was sold out.
Well, I mean, that was kind of what happened with Star Cruiser at the very beginning too. Remember? Because it was like they led it to Golden Oaks and like, which is one of the things that I kind of like. Like it sucks if you're not like in the know and you're with it, but it's nice that if you are like you're committed to it and you're spending money on the house or you're going on a bunch of cruises, then you're kind of like, hey, heads up, we have this coming up.
A benefit that you get. Yeah. Dude, if I lived in Golden Oaks, I would want first dibs at everything. Like for real.
Yeah.
Like you're committed enough to live on Disney World property.
Yeah. So yeah,
I have no issue with that. It just stinks for like us plebs that don't get to live on Disney property that have to like, okay, I guess I'll deal with it. So yeah, I'm trying.
Right, Danny, you just say, oh, it's free, right?
That's what we do whenever we scan our magic bands. We're like, no money, it's fine. Did you guys book the photo op for $400?
Well, I think we're gonna have to take one of our cameras up here and go take some pictures.
To visit YouTube University first.
Yeah.
Get better about picture taking. We're not that good at our photo skills. Yeah. $400.
Honestly, like, again, when, the things that went through our head was like, we're going to take ours, we'll take our camera and whatever. Or somebody else that's going, like, they're probably going to have a nice camera so they could take pictures of us.
Yeah.
We even thought, what if we would have just have a friend that takes pictures, pay for their ticket? Because it's, pretty much the same thing. And then we could have ticket or pictures like the entire time.
Yeah, because it's about $700 to add a person to a voyage. And that's like less than 2 photo shoots. And you can book multiple photo ops if you wanted, like photo portrait sessions. So I know people that have booked like day 1 and day 2.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Volunteer. Galen will take pictures. She'll be there. Yeah, so we've done it. We've been twice, and each time it was the introductory price of $99. And it was good. We got good pictures. Like the first one, we had a little bit of weird circumstance around, so we didn't get a lot of pictures with that one.
Yeah, that one was a time thing, and again, I think because it was so fresh, there wasn't that.
There were still wrinkles that needed to be ironed out.
Yeah.
And because it was so much later than it was supposed to be, because it was like we didn't start until an hour after we were supposed to. So then we had other things we had to go do, and it was just a thing. It was fine. We got some good pictures out of it. But then the second time, we had our full time and everything. But I think because we were with the kids,
Yeah.
They took more pictures of the kids, which is fine.
With
It's
the
great.
kids,
We
yeah.
get to capture the memories. But like the kids in all the pictures, like our littlest one, like she
doesn't want to take
she
pictures.
doesn't like to take pictures. So every picture she's like,
Great.
like we took professional family pictures a few weeks ago.
And she's the same way.
The exact same. I think that's the one that I'm gonna frame though, is like the 4 of us, and like 3 of us are like, we look happy and we're smiling, and she's like hands on her hips, like that's the one I'm like, it just, that's her. That's,
Yeah, that
she
is
don't want
her.
to take pictures. Okay, that's who you were in that moment. I can't be mad at that. And the day I was very mad. I was mad at all of y'all. But I think that let's loop back around to our topic this week of, at the time I was so annoyed, but looking back at it, I'm like, yep, that's accurate. That's who we were in that moment, and can't change.
You know, talking about the episode, it's so funny because going into it, you know, and it was really the truth that I was like, when I wanted to talk about it, I wanted to talk about, basically it was talking about the fighting, right? Like that was like the big,
that's what
like
you
the
wanted to
catalyst. I
talk
was like,
for
it's
like months.
it's crazy that there's been so much fighting, and like, where is it, you know, where did it kind of come from? And we were talking about that, and then we were talking about how it just felt like things were getting watered down. So that was kind of our, like, the 2 ideas that were kind of coming together, and we were just kind of like, what are we gonna talk about? What are we gonna talk about? And we kept kind of just circling around back around these ideas that we had, and that's where it just kind of hit us, like, you know, why are these things happening? And it's crazy because it didn't feel like it was like a flushed out idea.
Oh, you want to talk about the timing on that one?
Like on
prep for last week's or last.
Oh,
this
I mean,
week's
it was
episode.
like we were up to the wire, like before we were recording.
I wrote out an entirely different outline for an entirely different topic, and we were both kind of like, I mean, we could talk about it.
Because we didn't feel like, and I think that's the thing, is like when we go into these conversations, you know, we give ourselves like an outline of like, hey, this is what we want to talk about. Because again, it's like something topical or what we've been kind of thinking about. And we almost like riff off each other of like, oh yeah, this, you know, and we kind of go from there. And then we try to, because we are, and I think this is the hardest part, is because like with these lives, we could just kind of ramble and we could just talk and whatever.
It's lovely.
But when we're trying to be concise, you're kind of like, okay, that's kind of off topic. So we got to cut that out.
Yeah.
And it's just trying to find that balance. But yeah, we had like a full outline. I don't even remember I think it was on food.
It was about food and Batu.
And, but yeah, it just kind of got molded into this different conversation. But I feel like it was kind of well received. Like everybody kind of had the same kind of feelings about it, and of more of like, hey, we just need to look at, you know, the perspective of it.
Yeah. So if you didn't watch the episode, I mean,
go watch
you
it.
didn't. No, I mean, some people may just want to see me put on 20 Spirit jerseys. They may not care about what we have to say every other week. But the real crux of the episode was kind of like it's kind of the energy and the perspective that we bring to anything that we're doing, but specifically like a trip to the Disney parks, that determines whether or not we're going to have a good time or not.
Yeah.
Like if you just let every little thing that gets in your way put you in a bad mood, it's going to put you in a bad mood. But if you just see it for what it is and you're like, oh, that was just a tiny thing that happened to me. Like, oh, I got locked out of my room. I had to stand there for like 2 minutes while you finished taking our daughter to the bathroom. Like, okay, that's fine. It's 2 minutes and now I'm back in the room and I'm okay. Something like that. Like, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was one of the comments was basically like, there was an inconvenience that ended up making a moment for that person.
Yeah, they were doing the Batu bounty hunt and either had issues with the band or with the data pad. And so the rest of their family was running around doing that. And they were like, I'm just going to sit down. And she ended up having, I think it was a woman, whoever it was, had conversations with different visitors that were there, but then also got to hang out with Vi and Ray and Chewie.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, you probably had more magical, like a more magical time than what you would have been doing.
Yeah.
But because you shifted your mindset on it and you're like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's the thing. It's just, you know, trying to have that different perspective, different thinking. And again, it's, you know, easier said than done.
But I mean, and it gets harder and harder. Like with the prices going up this week, you're paying more. There's more at stake. It better be a good time. Dang it. But you have to bring that to the table, and you have to be willing to just be like, okay, we didn't make that lightning lane, or the next mobile order window for Woody's Lunchbox is an hour from now. Like, let's just go ride a ride, and then we'll come back and it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Maybe we just go get a pretzel, and while we wait for our lunch, and then you get a pretzel and lunch.
Yeah. Yes, Dano, thank you.
Thank you, Dano.
Hit the thumbs up. Man, we're so close.
Oh my gosh.
We're so we're so close to 1,000, right?
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild that we've grown that much in as short of a time as we've been doing this.
So that's, you know, let everybody know. That'd be kind of a cool goal to be able to get 1,000 before our year.
That would be fun. I think we could do it. Oh, thank you. Look at that. We got one more.
There you go. Thanks,
one
Jim.
at a time.
Favorite Halloween movie?
That's a hard one. Usually people say, like, what's your Christmas movie?
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, I mean, we watched Hocus Pocus a lot.
Growing up?
No. I'm talking about like these last years.
Well, that's because of me.
Yeah.
I love Hocus Pocus.
Because it gets a kid's movie that they can watch. And
the one we watch most in this house is Nightmare Before Christmas, which is arguably could be a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie.
I think we watched that throughout the year, so I don't know if we could really consider that a Halloween movie.
I mean, it is Halloween based.
I do like to put in like Chucky, like the old that Leprechaun.
Was it the original Chucky?
No, we watched
the new Chucky.
We watched the new one.
So
it was like super campy.
Yeah, I used to be super. Oh, Halloween Town was good too. I used to be like a super scaredy cat for the longest time. Oh, we should tell that story.
What?
What did we go see in the movie? This was like way back when we were dating. Like,
it was probably The Ring or something.
It was like The Ring or The Grudge. Was that the one with the hand out of the back of the head and like the chick crawling on the ceiling?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was that one.
Yeah.
It was like it was like those Japanese horror movies, and we were really young. We were dating. I think I was like a teenager still, and we had gone to the movies. It was like you, me, and I think our friend, and we're like, yeah, this is gonna be great. Like, let's go watch this movie. I'd watched scary movies. I don't know what it was about that movie, but I was just like, nope. And I was like, Steven, I need you to walk me out of this movie theater. And you're like, I'm not gonna do that. I was like,
I paid for this movie. I'm not going to walk out of it.
I'm not going to pay for you. And then you just go sit outside. And I was too scared to leave. So I just like sat there and watched it. And I don't think I watched another scary movie for like a decade or more. No, probably a decade.
Yeah. No, yeah. We don't watch too many scary movies, quote unquote scary movies. But even then, like when I would like try to catch one thinking, okay, this might be a good one. I feel like a lot of the new scary movies are like more gory than scary.
Yeah.
Whereas like the older movies were more like suspenseful, like kind of like, you know, jump scares and stuff like that. So. Or
like, I mean, The Grudge was more like psychological. I think that was what scared me so much. Was like it was all in her head, and it was like that could happen. That could totally happen. I mean, so could like a guy wearing a scream mask, like. Go around and murder a bunch of teenagers. But I think the mental one, I was like, nope, I do not. That is not my flavor. I do not like that at all. But then took a long hiatus of watching scary movies. And then we went on a double date to go see, what is that one called?
It.
To go see It. And I was like, I was super scared going into it. But I think the other wife was
Even more scared.
way more scared than me. So it like gave me courage because I'm like, I'm not the biggest scaredy cat here. And she got mad and she stormed out.
But
remember?
the thing is like it's not it.
It wasn't scary.
It wasn't scary.
It was
it's
like
just
one jump scare where we were like, whoa. And I think like we all got scared and laughed, and she like thought we were laughing.
Oh
at
yeah,
her,
I think that's what it
remember?
was.
And she got mad and she left.
I think that's what it was.
She like left.
Yeah.
But it was one of those movie theaters with a bar, so she just went and like had drinks.
Oh yeah, Ghostbusters. But is that a Halloween movie though?
It's just like a.
I feel like it's like throughout the year. We watched the. We didn't watch it when it first came out. The what is it? Afterlife.
Oh yeah, Afterlife. Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah,
the newest
that one was good.
That one was so good.
It was just like a nice like.
It was a nice ode.
Yeah.
It Chapter 2. We didn't watch that one.
Yeah, we need to.
I also kind of have this like. I don't want to bring that in our house. Those are bad vibes that I don't want to live here. Because growing up, I used to watch a ton of scary movies. Me and my sister would. And anytime we would watch a scary movie for like a month afterwards, like anytime I'm like walking around and there's a corner, you're kind of like, you like hesitate like a little bit. And you're like, okay, I can walk. I don't want to bring that in the house because like I used to watch scary stuff I would ride the bus to work. And so I would watch all my scary stuff on the bus so that it lived on the bus.
That's
and
weird.
all my scared energy was on the bus.
The last things that I remember being scary was like, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Remember
Those were terrifying.
like those stories? Like
Yeah.
that's the last time I remember watching stuff like being actually like scared watching it.
I was afraid of the intro to it.
It was just like throwing the sand. You're like,
Because it was like there was like an attic too, right? And like a big chest in the attic, and it would like creep open. Maybe it was Ghostbusters. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I think this one is they were at the campfire. They were just kind of like,
Oh, maybe there was another one then.
you know, their whole little speech, and then he throws the sand.
But yeah, we used to watch a lot of scary movies, and then I think after we went and saw you and I went,
And
and
I
saw
was
The
like a
Grudge, I was
super
like,
Goosebumps kid, so
Were you?
yeah, I read like all like
Oh no.
every time a new Goosebumps came out, I was reading those. So it was like, I wasn't, I didn't get scared. It was more of just like one of those like, ooh, it's gross, or you know, whatever.
Well, people say like Stranger Things is a scary movie or a scary show, like a horror. They said especially like this last season was like horror.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's more of a drama
I think the very first episode, I was kind of like, "What are we watching?"
because it was
here?
unexpected.
Yeah.
It was but
Goosebumps. I don't know.
that. Oh, remember those scary stories? Those were good. Those books. Remember, it was like the
black and white.
the black and white where it was like watercolored, like dripping.
Oh, and it was like the girl with the ribbon around her neck,
Yeah.
and she had to have the ribbon because otherwise her head would fall off. Like
Yeah.
those types of the old ways. Ooh, she's the voice of Trace. You worked on the film. Oh, Werewolf by Night. We haven't seen that
Oh
yet.
yeah, we need to.
Not tonight.
Oh yeah, they were pretty like just weird.
I don't. Favorite Halloween movie? It's Hocus Pocus for me, I think.
Yeah.
I loved Hocus Pocus. The new one was cute. We watched that. I watched that one. You were kind of like, eh.
Yeah,
You
I started
left.
watching some of it and I was like, I'll go do something else.
It was cute. It was a nice kind of, it wrapped things up. There were some parts of it that I was like, oh, that was not, I don't think you should have played it that way, but okay. But yeah, it was cute. It was a modern day Hocus Pocus, but you can't beat the original. Oh, but then like Casper was good.
But was it a Halloween movie? I think
That's a good
throughout
point.
the years, it would be like Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street. Like I think I would watch those. Since we've been together, we didn't like celebrate Halloween necessarily.
What do you mean celebrate?
Like
we don't like watch
scary movies and all that stuff.
make like witches brews and
Yeah.
things like that.
So we never did stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would still watch them, like, you know, when you're asleep and I'm up late, you know, I'd go watch a scary movie or whatever.
So they had a Halloween. The Addams Family. They celebrated Halloween.
Again, I feel like we watched that throughout the year.
Yeah. I don't know if
the original Addams Family was like those were great movies.
Yeah. Well,
So
like the originals or like
there's
the ones
a new
in the
Wednesday
90s?
show, like the new.
I think it comes out next month though. I don't think it comes out before Christmas.
So.
Before I was talking to my sister about that today. She's like, "Yeah, it's in November." I'm like,
That's a missed opportunity right there.
Maybe
So
bad intel.
I was talking to my coworker and I was asking her about Dahmer because I think like that's the big thing people have been talking about.
Okay, enlighten me. He ate people?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for enlightening me.
Yes. But the crazy thing is Netflix is kind of research the whole like serial killer genre.
Yeah.
Well, not even that, but it's just like the sensational, like it's the produced versions of these.
Cool.
But I remember at my dad's, because you know my parents were divorced, and you know I would go over there every other weekend. But he had documentaries because he watched like all the history channels but he had documentaries on all these killers. So it was like the Zodiac Killer, Summer Sam, Dahmer, and it was what we watched.
So it was that and Star Wars.
No, at his house it was that we watched that,
gosh.
we would rent a movie on the weekends, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it like that's what we would watch, and so I'd like heard these stories before, but as a documentary. So when I was talking to my coworker, I was like, "Hey, have you watched it?" And she's like, "Yeah, you know, it's pretty cool. You know, it's pretty good, whatever." And the thing I'm seeing TikToks and people talking about, they're entertained by it by like the acting, and I'm like, that's not even like I think the interesting part of it. I think
it's the eating people.
Well, the fact that he was just so like such a smooth,
but that's how serial killers are. It's like you never suspect it.
Yeah. So it was just like how he was able to
okay
convince people to go and like he would have like parts in his house.
So like here's.
And again, I haven't seen this movie.
Yeah.
And it's I think it's supposed to be like, you know, taking like court shots and all that stuff. But
so I love reading about serial killers. I really do. And there's somebody that would eat people in Texas. And the AC just went off, so it got really quiet in here. It's very spooky all of a sudden. But I read like everything about it. And it was like the ice cream, the Candyman. Was it the Candyman? I think it was the Candyman. He worked at a candy shop. He would like lure these like young teenage boys to come over to his house. And he was just like super charismatic. And like everybody loved him in the neighborhood. And he was this like public figure. And then all of a sudden these kids would disappear. And he would be like, oh my God, let me help. Look for him. And then he would like kill another one. He did the same thing where he would like chop up the bodies and like hide them under the floorboards and stuff. And I read it, like I read so much about it. I'm on Google Maps looking at the houses, like all these things. Like I don't know why. I don't know what I don't know what it is. How the lady who lived next door tried to do something. You guys are still in my costume. Yeah. How are we going to slip? Oh, Carry On the Magic is here. It's late. I know I'm going to be like, well, let's stay up all night.
Yeah, we're going to have to watch something.
Let's watch Dahmer. Did you watch Mindhunter? It was on Netflix.
No.
It has Kristoff from Frozen. The guy who does the voice. It's not actually Kristoff.
So that one is like kind of like they study all these killers and they like, profile. Yeah.
They're like psychologists, psychiatrists, and they would go in and they would profile these different serial killers, but it was like very intense, them having these conversations, and you would hear like why they were, I mean, it's acted, it's scripted. Obviously they're not going to like let people
Well, I mean, I guess in like those documentaries, they would talk to them. They would ask them these questions, and
It
it's
was
kind
wild, right? But yeah, it was really, really well done. But then there was also this like subplot. I think it was a serial killer, but there was a subplot to it. I mean, I never got to season 2 to watch it, but it was just interesting to like almost hear. Yes, it's dramatized, but like firsthand accounts from serial killers of like why they do the things they do. They're like, well, she looked delicious, so I ate her.
yeah.
Oh, okay. But they were trying to find these like common psychiatric profiles of like what makes a serial killer. Like what do they have in common? Who knows?
Yeah.
Mindhunter. I need to watch the second one. One more hint. We have red and a Star Wars consumable. I told you the other one. It's a group costume.
Ice pick killer. Hello.
Hey, Justin. Justin must not have plans this Friday. He's a very popular person.
He's just already laying down.
What was he? He was like watching he went to go see the Killers last time. And he's like, oh, I wish we could make it, but we're going to the Killers concert. Like,
way to rub it in.
Right? I want to go. Just sitting here.
Oh, talking about that, like Blink.
Oh my God.
Blink coming back. That is like, it was so funny because when you said, you're like, oh yeah, Blink's coming back. And I was like, okay, like, you know, whatever. And sure enough, like I didn't believe you, but yeah.
You never do. But
like,
I was right.
That was
it just
some
feels
very interesting news.
Feels like things are right in the world. Feels like everybody can just like breathe a little deeper. Like Blink-182 was a really big band for me growing up. Like, you know,
I mean, but it was a big band, I think,
in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for our generation, like coming into learning like what type of music you like versus like what type of music was pushed onto you as a kid, Blink-182 was that band for a lot of people that were kind of like, oh, this is really, I could get into this. It's so cool that they're coming back and they're coming here, but like I didn't look at the tickets, but one of our friends bought tickets and they were crazy.
Yeah.
It was like 3 tickets and it was over $1,000.
Yeah.
And they were not like great tickets. Like, oh my goodness. I could not. Blink-182. What else do we have? Jim, random thought. Has anyone thought about doing live action stories in Batu? I think we're going to see Batu.
And
in the next year in a live action. It'd have to be Mandalorian or Ahsoka.
I think the interesting thing with that is because it's just a place within that universe. It's they could just make a stop there. Like it doesn't even have to be where it's anything other than it's a stop and, you know, they meet at Oga's and then go. Like that's literally it.
They go meet Hondo for like a deal.
Well,
like, oh, I
think
need
the
to
thing
go
is like
see
depending
this.
on the timeline because Hondo may not own that
The transport
the transport yet. It might be somebody else's
could be.
because depending on when
I guess they can visit
running around.
Batu at any time because they don't
like
have to
Oga. It's I don't know. You know, I'm assuming that's been there for a while.
Oga would be a good one though because Oga's been there a long time, right?
Yeah,
like she kind of made that what it was.
So it could be just like stopping in, grabbing a drink, grabbing a bounty, and then taking off. So
that'd be neat. We'll see it every time they like shut down Galaxy's Edge for something. Everybody's like, it's happening. But the thing is these things are filmed so far in advance.
Yeah,
you don't know.
Yeah,
because like I think Ahsoka just wrapped, or it's either like still being filmed or it's about to wrap or something like that. Who knows when we're gonna see Ahsoka? I don't think it's even on a timeline yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to remember like when they said it was like supposed to
like 24 or something.
Yeah,
it's a long time. So stumped on your costume. Is it an accurate costume or a bound? It is an accurate costume. You were not on board with our costume at all. It's a ridiculous costume.
I am not leaving. Look, so this right here, this is my costume.
Oh, you're gonna reveal it.
It's not a secret for me. Like
okay.
Like it's.
I mean, you're pretty much done at this point. So. The fancy soda girls. Oh, that's pretty close.
Danny, that's really
It's
close.
like really close.
Just keep thinking along those lines.
Kitra, I bet that's you because you used an exclamation point and Peter doesn't use exclamation points. That's a lovely thumbnail. It's in full view now. That picture was from when it was our first trip after I decided to become a travel agent. And we were there with Carrie on the Magic. I don't know if she's still in here. Oh, it's both of yous. Okay, both of yous. Who am I? But we went on a trip with Cheryl from Carrie on the Magic, and she had gotten me this shirt that said like magical coordinator, I think. And I was like, oh, take my picture in front of all of the 4 icons of the park. It was like June. It was like super hot. And you got some cute ones of me, but you also got that one of me.
Well, because I was snapping pictures.
You were going. But it was such a funny picture. Like, I knew it was going to make it on the internet eventually because it was just like such a funny picture of me.
Yeah, it was started because I was like looking at our pictures when I was doing the editing, and I was like messing with the our funny faces when you know just scrubbing through, and I was like, oh man, that's just reminding me of that picture. So let me put that up there.
Look at that. Cheryl's still here. Danny's going to keep digging. It's not Star Wars and fast food. I said it's consumable. It is something you can put in your body. Does not mean you eat or drink it. Right? How does that work? Where do you put that?
Look, I'm rolling my eyes because I thought it was silly from the beginning.
It's very silly. I fully own how silly it is, but it's also like pretty perfect. I'll tell you this right now. There's 4 of us. There should be 5 of us, but there's 4 of us in the group.
But yeah, Blink coming back. That was like crazy awesome news. They're going to come out with new music. So
not only are Blink 182 coming back, but they're also going to do the When We Were Young Fest next year, which I think tickets already went on sale for.
So the funny thing is it's just that emo resurgence, right? It's just so crazy right now because
I told you the other day it feels like when Guns N' Roses and like all of the hair metal bands started coming back, and like I mean I've got not much older siblings, but like there's a decent time gap of like anywhere from like 11 to 20 plus years between me and my siblings, but like the ones that were closer to me, like the 11 and 14 years.
Yeah, your brother was excited. He was so excited when Guns N' Roses came back.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's like an old band, but okay. And then Blink 182 came back and we're like, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, it's me. But emo's making a comeback. Dude, tickets are so expensive for Blink 182. I didn't realize that they had already they already put the tickets on sale for When We Were Young Fest for next year. I think they did.
So they got added to the bill.
They're headlining. So they announced When We Were Young
before
next year. No, they announced it the day that Blink came out because Blink said they're back together. Here's our tour. Yeah. And on the tour was When We Were Young Fest. And I think tickets went on sale that day.
Oh, okay.
But the interesting thing is, because we were giving Nick and Adam a hard time because we were like, don't see your bands on the bill for When We Were Young. But none of the bands from this year are on next year's because Yellow Card's on there.
Yeah.
So we were trying to figure out, we're like, what's happening? Like, you guys haven't even like messed up yet to be kicked out. So it might be that they're doing, is it Riot Fest? Like, I know that Bayside performs like every other year at Riot Fest. So maybe they're going to do that because it's such a giant festival.
It could be.
They just do like every other year. But then do we have to go every year? Because like some of our friends are playing one year and then some of our friends are playing the
other
opposite year.
Yeah. So.
Oh, they went on sale this morning. Sold out during the pre-sale.
Golly.
Good Lord. It was free when you saw Blink. Yeah, it was French fries. Oh, Shan says hi. Hey, Shan. Yeah, it was. I would love to see them. I don't think we're even going to When We Were Young Fest this year. We fly out pretty early. Dude, tickets were so expensive for flights.
Yeah.
Like literally, if we're flying back Saturday night, so we're only flying in for Mosh.
Well, because you have that trip before.
I have a trip before for work. And so, and it sucks. I have to go to Orlando. Have to go to the park. I don't have to go to the parks, but I'm going in early to go to the parks. But then I fly home. We're home for like a day, and then I go to Vegas for Mosh Isley. But we're only going for a day because one, we've got kids, and two, it's Halloween weekend, so we can't be away for that long. But it would have been nice if we could have come back like Sunday morning. But it was literally going to be $1,000 more to fly back on Sunday than it was to fly back on Saturday. So,
You know, one of the things I am kind of disappointed, like seeing everybody, seeing Peter and Kitra go, like we
you
didn't.
look like you're getting emotional, but I know
No, it's
because
because I was coughing. It's like I'm not emotional right now. I was coughing. I was like catching my breath. No, it's because I swallowed like the water wrong. But we didn't go to Not So Scary, and
We've
like,
never been to
Knott's.
very far.
Well, the Knott's, but we've been to Not So Scary, but the like the Universal one. The
Halloween Horror Nights. Would
Yeah.
you go to Halloween Horror Nights?
I mean, I would go.
I know. Kitra gives me confidence because she goes and she gets like terrified, but she's like screams and then laughs.
So
And I feel like I would do that, but
I think this year was like the first one where like I was watching everybody go, and I'm like, I kind of want to go. So
maybe next year.
yeah,
Let's not hold a mosh the same weekend of Halloween. Okay. I will go. I will do Halloween Horror Nights and Scary Farm with you guys.
No, I was.
We'll all do a trip to Anaheim. Do we have any programming yet for October next year? I don't think so.
No, we're good for.
So far.
Nah, I think for next year our biggest things like to schedule is going to be mosh.
Moshes.
So.
Planning the moshes. So punk of us planning out a year in advance. So we had to make it like a.
I mean, it too is like I think 2023 might be the year you get me on a ship. So,
If I do, the thumbnail is going to be us Titanic style. The front of the boat.
so like I think you
want to tell them the big grown up thing you did this week?
I got my passport, so now I can leave.
In 9 to 11 weeks, whenever it's processed.
Yeah, whenever it's here. So I'm taking baby steps. Sarah's getting me to take baby steps.
It wasn't me. Here's what happened. So they've been like lowering the restrictions, like the COVID restrictions and everything. And we've kind of been waiting for that too, just to make sure that like things are a little easier for us whenever it does come time to board. And there was one where they like, I forget what this last one was, but I had called, as soon as I saw the news, I called you and you answered the phone like, hello, kind of laughing. I was like,
no,
we're
it's
going on the Wish, baby. And you just start cracking up.
No, it's because we got that travel agent email and I was reading the email and you called me at that same moment. So it was like, I knew exactly what you were calling about.
But I said, we're going on the Wish. And you were like, yep, we're going.
Well, because I don't have an excuse anymore. There's no excuse for me anymore. So that's why I was like, it was
like so much fun.
inevitable. So
It looks like so much fun.
Barn.
Okay, so we're going to do Not Scary Farm.
Zombie Jar Jar, that would be pretty good.
That would be good. Let me see. Heard of Knott's Berry Farm and then saw Peter and Kitra's videos. I think we were watching
the Knott's one.
Were we watching the Knott's Scary Farm? I think we watched it 2 days in a row. we have your videos on all the time. I think the kids were watching that tonight. I think they were watching it last night too, like watching y'all go through the the houses. And they're just like, Enjoy it. You know what though? That was the one we were watching. I don't know if it was the same one, but Peter did like the Coke Zero, like almost all the way up.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you see that? And then he put the boysenberry on it.
I love my some Coke Zero.
I was like, that sounds good. And then I made a cup of tea for my dang allergies. I don't know what it is, but like, I don't get allergies, but I got a tickle in my throat and I don't like it. And like, I think everybody in the house has been like, just a little, not sick. It's just like just in the morning, but it hit me at night.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little different. Power Rangers. You could make that. How could you make that? Star Wars. You can make anything Star Wars.
It'd have to be those.
No, we didn't watch the Frog. Did we watch the Frog Leg videos? Was that?
No.
That may have been the one that came on.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I was like washing dishes, so I was in and out of the
biker gang. Yeah, that's the Power Rangers.
Oh, it would be. That would be good.
So.
No, it was. Oh, I don't know if I could do haunted houses. I'm gonna need a lot of liquid courage going into that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've only been to one, and it was like in San Antonio. And it was like, like where it's like the Ripley's Believe It or Not.
I was like, is that the
scary
wax museum?
Yes, but there's like a haunted house.
I don't know. Those wax figures could be pretty creepy because
Wax figures freak me out. I don't like them, not one bit. And then lately, I've been on a kick on TikTok where I'm watching like the jump scare videos where it's like mannequins and then they jump out at you. Or like Jimmy Kimmel and his cousin and they have like the wax figure.
Oh yeah.
Or like Lil Nas X.
I haven't seen that one. I saw the Jimmy one.
So I was watching one earlier today, but I just don't like being scared.
Yeah.
There's
No, but the thing is, and I'll let you know, I don't do anything. I'm walking around the house and I walk into the same room as Sarah and she jumps scared, like gets mad at me scared.
I walked into the kitchen the other day.
I'm standing in the kitchen. I think washing dishes. Like I'm.
No, it wasn't that loud.
I'm doing something like I'm already here. She walks in and gets scared.
I assumed you were upstairs. It was late at night. I was in my office, and the kitchen's kind of like the midpoint of the two. I assumed you were upstairs because I hadn't heard anything, and usually I'm usually really good about like hearing everybody in the house. And I walked into the kitchen and you were like standing there doing something. I was like, fuck. I think I fell on the ground.
I was like, I can't. I'm not doing anything.
Oh man. Oh, we're going through favorite Peter and Kitra moments in here. See, we didn't see Kitra eat frog legs. I just saw her I saw the thumbnail.
Yeah, so,
we'll probably eat that or eat it. We'll watch it tomorrow while we're eating breakfast. That's our YouTube time. Should have done a butt check on the frog legs. I'm not an adventurous eater. I couldn't do it. I think you would do it.
I would eat it, but I would want like normal food after.
To like cleanse yourself?
Just because I wouldn't get full off of it. Because like whenever we do like the eating around the world.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always like, ugh, I'm just hungry. I just want some nuggies.
Favorite Ordinary Adventures video 2019. Peter was at Disney World by himself looking for a restaurant and he was standing right in front of it. The Kitra Court. I don't remember that. Man, but we used to watch Kitra's Quarantine Kitchen like
The whole thing.
we would do our own.
Yeah.
At the time we're like, oh, that's genius. Like, let's make Disney and Star Wars foods at home because we have nothing else to do. And that's when we started making like Ronto wraps. Hello. We did Ronto wraps. We did blue milk. That's when we started figuring out the blue milk recipes. We did churros.
Churros, yeah.
We do those. We do churros pretty often. Well, we used to.
Yeah.
We're trying not to be so. We don't eat as many desserts anymore.
Yeah. Save that for Disney. Favorite Halloween song?
What? Are there I mean, anything from Nightmare Before
Monster
Christmas.
Mash? I mean,
I put a spell on you.
the fact that we know two
I know.
Halloween songs.
I mean, there's the entire Nightmare Before Christmas album.
Yeah.
It's probably This Is Halloween. Because I play that like
What about that
weekly at
Backstreet
least.
Boys song? Is that considered
Everybody?
yeah? Because it was filmed at the Casper Mansion.
Is that what? No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And they're just like zombies or something
Yeah.
or ghosts. I had no idea. There's a channel called Disney Done Differently that shows how to make Disney food at home. That'd be cool. We do like to recreate Disney dishes at home.
Yeah.
Like our Outer Rim from Oga's. Wait, but were y'all Backstreet Boys or were you NSYNC fans? I know where your allegiance lies.
But I still listen to Backstreet Boys, but I was
JT had your heart.
yeah. That little curly head. Curly hair.
When we had the when I was doing the yarn yesterday for my Janice wig, and there was like a little pile of it on the couch. You were like, "It looks like ramen noodles." I'm gonna be like, "It looks like Justin hair," because what it looked like. I did not have allegiances to boy bands growing up, although I had 2 of the same Backstreet Boys album. I think just because I was like a preteen when they were.
That's what I'm saying. Like
big.
I listened to both of them, but
I had like 5 Hanson CDs. I like did not listen to Hanson. I didn't mind it. Like I listened to it on the radio, but like everybody was like, "Oh, Sarah likes boy bands. Here's Hanson. Here's Backstreet Boys."
yeah, I remember some Hanson songs, but it was the big dogs.
Yeah. And then 98 Degrees came along, and then like all the other boy bands came along after that, and it was just, I think people got sick of it. Justin left, and then. But now that's apparently happening again with all this K-pop. We got educated on K-pop this week.
Oh,
I can't keep up with all of that. My brother.
I think the craziest thing, because again we're very new into K-pop, but they have like a huge group. It's not just like
it was like
the
9
5.
people.
Like maybe that's why they like narrowed it down to the 5, because you had like each little characteristic. But this is like 9 people, like you said. It's just like
It's a lot.
huge. It's like
Yeah, we don't know anything about K-pop, but we were over at my brother's house, and like his kids listen to and like watch K-pop YouTube videos, and so they were on, and we were watching. I was like, my brother was like, "Yeah, you've heard this one on the radio." I was like, I was like, a radio? Who listens to the radio? I can't tell you the last time I listened to the radio. It's been years.
I think because like having a subscription, Apple, iTunes or Spotify, it's just you get what you get to listen to what you want. You know? So.
Well, and also we have so many friends with dang podcasts, ourselves included, that is like I'm stay busy just like getting through my podcast for the week, and then when I do have time, I'm listening to music at that point. Although now our son is like, we call him the morning DJ. And so I have a long enough USB cord that I can just like pass my phone to him, and he just puts on.
He listens to his 5 favorite songs. So.
5 favorite songs. You know what though? You introduced 2 new songs to the rotation today, so I think we're gonna be good.
That's what I try to do.
I appreciate you, because if I have to listen, what is it that he likes to play? You Spin My Head Right Round.
Oh.
He plays that every day.
Wait, the Flow Rider version or the old one?
No, the 80s version. I guess he had looked up like Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
Like songs from Stranger Things, and he like really clicked with that one. That, and then Around the World, like the 7-8 minute version of Daft Punk.
One.
Yeah, we listen to those 2 every day. What else do we listen to? Heat Waves. We still listen to Heat Waves, but yeah, there's some. And then he'll listen to Fallout. He puts Fallout Boy on for me. I appreciate him. Video killed the radio. It's gotta be me. Cake Pops. Our kids do like decent music, except when my daughter today, she was like, "Put on Fancy Nancy." And I was like, "Oh."
I think that's one of the things like we've tried to do is like play like all types of genres to them.
We do.
So that way they're just well versed in music. And
Like
because like our son plays piano,
Yeah.
but so just to kind of get him into like different, it gives just different genres, different feels and stuff. So
While we still have some kind of influence over
yeah,
because it's not gonna last long. But yeah, our daughter was upset when you turned off Post Malone earlier. And so I think you had come up here to set up and I turned it on and she was like, yes. She was literally like, yeah. It was funny.
so well, it's because you forget that there's curse words, and then when they start singing, they sing the curse words. So
Oh,
I was like, I don't want to be that like the kid that teaches all the other kids the bad words. So
and it's hard because like I know somebody that I used to work with, he would only listen to like techno music with his kids because there was no words in techno music. And so they've been just like jamming out techno all the time, like rolling around. And I was like, that's kind of weird, but it always stuck with me because he's like, I don't want to listen to Kids Bop. He's like, I just have to listen to something without
something that he could listen to.
something.
Then
Yeah, like you don't want to listen to like classical or whatever. And I was like, that's interesting. But yeah, now that we're parents and we're like, well, we want to listen to like we don't put on Tenacious D or anything in front of them, but like if we want to listen to like Fall Out Boy even.
yeah.
Like this ain't a scene.
Well, I think those are more like not so obvious,
They're not.
but there's just the ones where there has just like the actual curse word that you're kind of like, let me change it.
But then also like
Or you have to do the scream when it comes. You're like, ah.
let me distract you. That and there's like the lyrics too of like some of these songs and you're just like, please don't sing that. You don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't be telling
Yes,
people how
Michael.
it's
I
curable.
love me some Daft Punk.
Go get your helmet. You got your helmet.
Yeah.
See it.
Yeah, I was pretty sad about them splitting up. Thought they were going to be together forever.
Forever. You know what?
So,
They'll come back
I
in
do a comeback tour.
what, 10, 20 years? I don't know how long it's been since Blink officially broke up. Which one were you?
Guy.
You were Guy. That was fun. I think that was your first like helmet project.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Like a really long time ago. It was for Halloween. Full circle. Yeah. Look at that. That was when you did a couple's costume without me.
Yeah.
That was one of your buddies.
No, it was fun. It was yeah, it's been a minute.
It was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like no joke. It was a long time ago. But you were Guy. I was Wonder Woman. And
Daft Punk tickets, 2K. Ooh. Now, I say that, but so one, like the big bands like of my, that I remember fondly were Gorillaz and Daft Punk. Those were like the two big bands growing up that I was like.
you liked Linkin Park too.
Yeah, and when I got to see them.
Yeah.
But I got to see Gorillaz when they came here.
Yep.
So if Daft Punk did do something and I was able to see them, that might be something that I
splurge on.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, hey, tickets are $2K each. So you got the kids?
So yeah, like it's just gonna be me. But no, I see like when we talk about it like that way, I'm like, I don't know. It's appealing to me because I want, it'd be awesome to see them, especially because they've split up. They do come back, do a comeback tour, and they might get me. So
it might get you. It could be it.
So if they're listening, they want to put, they put something together just for me, then perfect.
See, I don't know that there's anybody out there now that like I would have to go see if they like got back together, or I'm not hip anymore. So I don't really listen to like today's music. Would you ever go to like a Post Malone concert? I think
really.
our concert days are kind of like on pause for now. Like there's nobody really like, I mean, we went to Story of the Year.
Yeah.
But that was just like really convenient because Adam was here.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's just.
It's also hard too because we're parents. And so we're just like inherently not very cool anymore.
Yeah.
And so like we don't go out. Like now we go to, Naomi's going to go to Daft Punk with you.
Oh, seeing Weird Al.
That would be fun. Oh, My Chemical Romance would be really fun to go see. Oh, Shan. Oh, I heard that you got to go see them. Oh, that would be cool. Justin, please.
Danny.
We are like the least cool people ever. We're wearing like a matching outfit right now. You're wearing the top and I'm wearing the bottoms. Brittany. Oh, I've seen Brittany multiple times. I love Brittany. Wait, we saw Adele too.
Yeah, we saw Adele.
That was like right before the pandemic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's not true. It was like a long time ago.
That's a very interesting Britney and Jay-Z.
Those are very interesting. Yeah, I think I've seen, I mean, have we seen Blink?
No.
We haven't seen Blink. We saw Paramore and No Doubt.
Warped Tour.
No, Paramore opened for, didn't they open for No Doubt?
Oh, well, yeah. But I think
No
we saw
Doubt.
them at Warped Tour too.
We saw Panic at the Disco, and like that was like a Honda Civic tour. We've been to Warped Tour. Like we've done all the emo ones. The Killer Show looked amazing.
Yeah, and then Paramore, like talking about the emo coming back, like Paramore singing, she's singing her song again.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, remember how she she was gonna retire the song?
I saw a TikTok again because this is where I get all of my news nowadays.
Just like most of us.
She sang the song, but then when it came to that part, she like had the crowd sing it. I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, she's still singing it, so.
I mean, yeah, you're still performing it, like whether you say the words or not. Maroon 5, I know they're not. There was one guy out of the 5 of them.
He's the main one, so.
We saw them multiple times. They played the rodeo.
Yeah. Now Danny could rest that he's gotten it.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, Jay got to meet Panic. We kind of met Panic because we accidentally walked between their tour buses on the way to their concert, and they were playing hacky sack.
Yeah.
But it was a weird, like, oh, y'all are Panic at the Disco. Okay, bye. You remember that? It was weird. But yeah, it was, it's been a minute. I mean, we did do Story of the Year last month, and that was really fun.
That's cool, Jay.
A meet and greet with who?
With Panic.
Oh, you want to meet and greet? That's like on the radio? Maybe we should listen to the radio. No. Okay, so a couple of other things that we wanted to talk about. They didn't announce it. I had to happen upon it, which was there's a new event for Star Cruiser, and it would have been so helpful for us.
Well, do you think that's what it is?
100%. So let me explain a little bit. There's it's 10 minutes. It's called Ways of the Saja. And it is just a way for guests to get introduced to who the Saja are and what they do. And then they get to learn this like greeting that the Saja do. And it's like a bow. I don't know exactly what it is. I know some details about it, but I haven't seen it or anything. But it's in the atrium. It's like right after the story kicks off on day 1. So that means that you can like actually pin the Saja down to a time and a place on the ship because it's so impossible to find them. And if you're
especially on day 1.
And if you're really trying to go down that Jedi path, which technically they say there's not a Jedi path, there's a Jedi path. But I think they're trying to make it a little more prevalent now. Yeah, Jay would know. He's the crucial crew member. But yeah, so you have that option. It's on everybody's itinerary. It's just like sabacc lessons or
so it's not like a
outer
you have to attend type of thing.
Yeah, it's not.
You still have to seek it out.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not. It's there if you care to go participate and learn and meet with the Saja afterwards, so that you can kind of get started building that familiarity and connection with them.
I wonder if it was always there though.
No.
And it was like I mean that interaction, and it was more of like secret. Whereas like now, because there's so much like, hey, is there like somewhere I could meet? So it's kind of just like adding it in there.
I wonder if they have.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know where they're getting their feedback from Star Cruiser, because I know they do surveys, but I also know that like a lot of the people, when I call into book Star Cruiser, they'll mention like, oh yeah, I saw this in one of the Facebook groups. I don't want to be like, sometimes I'm like, that's my Facebook group. I'm the admin in that one. But I wonder how widespread that is.
Yeah.
That people are actually looking at this, not just the feedback that they're getting from surveys, but from like what people on the internet at large are saying. Because there's a lot of people that are like, ah, man, I wanted the Jedi path and I didn't get it. And I did these things. And so I think they're hearing that. And they're making little adjustments, because I think there's more to come. I think this is probably just the first of many, like, just kind of little micro adjustments to it. So I'm curious what, I think they're going to be doing these like small tweaks just as they can, because they're easy to implement. But at some point they're probably going to have to do like a major refresh of it.
You think?
Like changing up the story so that people keep going. Yeah. I don't mind. I'd go over and over again for that.
Yeah. I mean, it would have to be a good amount of time though.
Yeah. It'll have to be like 2 or 3 years.
I would say even longer, but
You think so?
I think so, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I'm just thinking about the volume of people going through.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So, no, it's not a lot. Again,
it's not a lot. But yeah, like when you think about the size of that resort compared to the other resorts, it's like tiny. No, yeah, that's fair. I just want to go back. It's so long until we go. I want more aliens.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nate. I want more droids. We only have the 2. And really, like, D309, she's like...
It would be cool if there was like a C-3PO or like one of the humanoid droids walking around.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun.
So...
How exhausting
D3.
that would be. But I guess like Chewie.
Yeah, I mean, it's... The people that go troop...
Justin, you want a job? Ooh, Jim is building a D309. Are you doing it kind of like the K2SO that Dr. Sci-Fi did?
Oh, yeah.
Are you doing it like that? That would be pretty. Is it life size? Yeah, see, Justin wants a job as C-3PO. That's what the Star Cruiser is missing. Is R2 and 3PO. They're in every Star Wars adventure.
Oh, they're kind of there.
All the main ones.
When they're on the screen.
Bring some new aliens on the ship on your next trip on May 15th. They do new protocol droids. That would be fun. Like, instead of having like, and I love passenger services, but it would be super funny to have like a protocol droid there.
Yeah.
Like, how may I help? Like, I need a phone charger.
Couple gonks walking around.
Oh man. Some like mouse droids to like trip on. That's a tripping hazard.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
I was like, they'll pull it out whenever it's like the distraction. They should have it when it's like the distraction point. So it's like all the kids have their droids and then they have like a...
Yeah. No, that would be fun. Oh my God. I can't believe it's so far away till we're back on the Halcyon. But we got a lot of expensive months coming up ahead. Hit up with a BB-8 builder. Arduino animation system for custom droids. This guy's a BB-8 builder.
The
2-time. 3, almost 3.
Almost.
Got some droid parts just off camera.
I'm trying to think of which one that one is. If you have to tell me about it, Jim.
Tell me about it, Jim. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is my brother bought me, but you played it too. The coolest game.
Oh yeah.
That we played last week. I Have any of y'all here played not Clone Wars? Have you played Pandemic? Not the real one we've all lived in the last 2.5 years. But there's a game called Pandemic, and it's literally Pandemic. The board is the map of the world.
Yeah.
And there's different like kind of major cities in each of the continents, some of the countries, but it's like just a handful in each of the countries or each of the continents. And there were outbreaks of this disease, and as time is going forward, you're trying to go and like eradicate the different viruses throughout the world, but meanwhile they're like slowly spreading, and then sometimes it would grow into an outbreak, and then it would spread to the surrounding cities. And so it was this whole thing. Pandemic's amazing. They made one called Clone Wars that is really good.
Yeah.
It's a really good take on it. It's not...
Well, I think the interesting thing is it wasn't just a reskin.
No. And I thought it was at first, but it wasn't at all.
Because like there's mechanics where it's like the spreading of it, whenever there was an outbreak, it would spread to the next. And we got to check because I was like, that's like a key...
No,
but they don't. But
it literally said like, this is not like Pandemic.
It was still hard. Like we barely beat it, but we beat it. But that first level,
yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. They had like the characters and everything. Your little, so it was.
But it was like Clone Wars era characters. Yeah. So you had Obi-Wan, Anakin, Ahsoka. You had oh my gosh, what's her name? Amy Allen.
Syndulla.
Ayla Sakura.
Sakura.
And you had Mace Windu. You can be Mace Windu. They had Yoda. Yoda was messing everything up on ours. My brother played Yoda.
Well, it's because they each have different skills. So it was like there's movement people, or there's attack people.
Which is just like in Pandemic. Like each person had a special action that they could do at any time in their turn.
I think the fun thing on Pandemic in this game is you're playing as a team.
Yeah.
You're not playing as an individual. So
we do better when we're not playing against each other.
Well, no, I think it's just, it feels like everybody has a good time because we have the discussions like, oh, well, if we meet up, we could, do this together, or we, whatever. So it's like we're working together instead of like against each other.
Yeah.
Because whenever there's like a game that it's against each other competitiveness, we're very competitive. And
yeah, like we even take games that are supposed to be meant for teams and we compete against each other. Like we've gotten it down now to where we do escape rooms, just the two of us, because we're like, okay, you put 10 people in an escape room, it's too many people because there's people that are doing stuff and they're not telling the rest of the team what they're doing. So like they go solve and we're guilty of it. Like you go solve a puzzle and you're like, oh, that didn't do anything. And you like walk off and it's like, well, no, something on the other side of the room just, door opened up or something. So yeah, we've gotten it to the point where most of our escape rooms that we do, unless we get like invited out or like it's a big event, it's usually just the two of us.
Have you played through all of them, Nate? Oh, because it's a 3-pack, right?
We did that one.
Yeah.
I think that's what my brother got me last year. Right? I'm pretty
I don't think so. I think he got it and we were playing with him.
Oh yeah, because we don't have it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was Christmas because I think I was making cinnamon rolls and he was eating the raw dough. And I was like, I don't know why I tied those two memories together. But we played through, I think, all 3 of them in a single day. We're like, yeah, let's play.
So
no, we do like those. Unlock is a good escape room, like at home game to play, and then Exit is the other one.
Yeah. Exit, you need the app. I think it is, or you need a phone app or something.
Yeah, no, that one was really good. But man, Clone Wars was a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play it again.
We've like had it sitting on the kitchen table. I think that's the thing
is like, because it's just like Pandemic where you could set it up and, a couple hours play through it.
Maybe. I don't even think it was that long.
So
maybe like an hour.
I think it's a little bit longer, but yeah.
We took our time. Adam's on here. Adam's from the other side of the world.
Wow.
He's in Australia.
Good morning.
You're right. I don't know what's happening. No, it's like midday over there, I think.
Afternoon?
I don't know. But yeah, it was nice to we just hung out with my brother last weekend, watched K-pop.
Yeah, K-pop videos, and board games.
Played board games. We hadn't played board games in a long time.
Yeah, no, that was. Yeah, it was pretty. It was fun. It was fun being able to do that. Like, we hadn't done that in a good while.
No, we've been like really like heads down focused, I think, on so many things over the last year. Like I was building the travel agent stuff, you know, Princess and Scoundrel has been like a big focus for us. Mosh Isley has been a big focus. And so I've kind of made like I need to take a step back, like slow down. We're getting into the holiday season. Like things are going to get wild in life in general. So like doing
Normal things.
yeah, like it's nice to do normal things and like take time and not feel guilty. Like, but I need to go do quotes. I need to go do all these things. So, hello.
3 o'clock, 2:43.
Look at that. But yeah, no, it's been nice to slow down. I feel not so stressy outy all the time.
That's good.
It is. It's nice. I enjoy it. Except I have to work on that costume. I really do. I'm gonna need your help.
Oh my gosh. I knew it was coming.
You knew it was coming. You've been working on your costume for months too.
Oh, well, because I've been working on it slowly.
You know what? That's usually how it goes. Is like I work on my costume for months, and then you come in like the last 2 weeks, and you're like,
and so I'm not going to get
3
mine
costumes.
finished. That's probably what's going to happen. Is I'm going to freak out at the last minute, and
you're going to be all alone too.
Yeah.
How the turntables have turned. Oh man. But yeah, it's been a good couple weeks. It's been a slower couple weeks. So we've been purging, we've been cleaning out slowly. I want to just like slowly go through all the rooms in the house and just get rid of all of our extra. But it's hard because now we're cosplayers apparently.
Yeah.
Where do we put all the cosplay stuff?
Yeah, we got to find a closet to put all the costumes in.
Just shove them in there and kick the door closed.
Ugh.
The droid's in there too?
No.
Oh, you got a new helmet.
Yeah, I got the Vader one. I want to say there was another one too that I got, but
The Trapper Wolf was the last one.
Yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah.
Definitely got to figure out something that like organization for that.
Yeah, I mean we have shelves like on the other
Baby
side.
youngest costume.
Made a desk, you can make a closet.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that motivation right there. But yeah, we've got shelves like just on the other side of this, and we've got a good amount of helmets. A growing collection.
Yeah.
I keep them in my inbox like all of our Hasbro orders and just like wait for them to ship. I think we still have 2 more.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like I'm supposed to be getting that Favreau figure too.
When is that coming in?
I don't know.
You ordered that like at Celebration, right?
Yeah. That's going to be a minute.
We're also going to get the playing cards, not at all Star Wars or Disney related, that we ordered over a year ago.
Yeah.
I think those finally shipped.
That'll be cool.
It will.
Do like an unboxing of those.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. That was really cool. This thumbnail was from an older visit.
Yeah, that was. we need to. I don't know. We might plan a trip like December-ish.
Yeah. What were we watching? Was it Peter and Kitra? It might have been Peter and Kitra we were watching. We were just like, I want to go. I want to go back there. I think it was when they were doing their Epcot day and they're like, we're going to do things we haven't done before. Because that's what we did the last time we went there. So we were like, we're going to go ride. We rode Guardians and ate at different places. And Peter.
10 Hun.
Yeah.
He's
not a magician, but he did get a lot of like Chris Ramsey like consulted with him a lot on how to do the playing cards and make them look good, but he's an artist that does like he's got like a pretty big YouTube following, and he does like it's like huge murals. He has a really distinct art style.
Yeah, I love that art style.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. We found him about a year ago or a little over a year ago now, but he designed the whole deck of cards through a series of YouTube videos, and he let people like vote on the colorways and the character designs and all these things. And so built up this whole thing and just kind of has been walking everybody through the process of what it was like. He thought he was going to sell like $20,000 worth of cards, and it was over 2 million.
Yeah. Well, he went through the entire like packs and everything and like the different variations of them and stuff like that. So
like why you want your playing cards to have certain margins and like what you should cover and what you don't want to cover. And
yeah, so it was cool. It was like cool to be part of that journey.
Yeah.
And then when he put that Kickstarter out, we got into it. And then it was funny because like there was like any other Kickstarter, there's like hiccups along the way.
It was supposed to be like, so we ordered last September. It was supposed to be shipped, he thought, by like December. He was like, probably not Christmas, but maybe. And then he was like, okay, April.
It was like way past.
And then he was like, I have no idea. So it was, it's been a journey, but I think I got 2 emails on them in the last couple of days that like people are starting to get them, but people aren't getting tracking numbers. So they just like show up.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten them ours yet.
Oh, weather's nice. Yeah. The weather's been really nice here too. So
yeah, we were in Orlando last December. We wore shorts the whole time.
Yeah.
Which was nice. It was enjoyable. So maybe we'll do that again this year. But I think I'm ready to go to bed. I don't know about you. Oh, Peter looked up the cards. They're really cool. We'll show them off because
we got a whole bunch of different sets, and then the poster. I'm excited for the poster ones where it's like the full deck.
Sheets.
Yeah, the uncut sheets.
We may end up taking the place of your Mashai's like posters back there. We gotta figure out something. We still have to do something like, you can't see it now, but like on our big black column between the two of us.
That's why we go to this one, so it doesn't. You don't see it.
We need ideas. We just don't have good ideas for what to put there. Also, it's like an incredibly thin piece of board.
Well, because we got to move it and stuff.
It's a fake wall, so we have to be able to put something there. New Star Wars collector cards coming out.
Huh.
Interesting. Put Han Solo and Carbonite. We could do that. We'll figure that out. Yeah. Maybe not real Carbonite. That'd be kind of heavy. But yeah, I think it's a good place to wrap up, go to bed. It's getting late. I don't even know what time it is. Yeah.
Perfect.
See this. We could just have Han right there at all times. We could have we could have Indiana Jones' whip. That's what we all thought it was, right? But it turned out it wasn't his whip.
Oh.
On Andor.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not. All right. Thank you, guys. Oh, double clap.
We did?
Yeah, we both went. I was emulating you.
Oh, okay.
Here, I won't do it. You clap this time.
So thank you for hanging out.
We will never not be awkward on our intros and our outros for this. But
see you guys.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night.